Okay, Coach. Well, with the Ohio River and the hills of Kentucky just to our right, we welcome you into Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati, Ohio. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Green Bay Packers and the Cincinnati Bengals. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
Here we go, here we go. 18 Gators. Ready to go.
The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 10 yards there and a Bengal first.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Check tight. Six guys. Check 6 guys. 80 weapon.
Now Joe Mixon. Kenny Clark, the big D tackle there to make the stop.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Now they set up the screen. That's complete.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Now they run with Mixon, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
They're going to look to throw. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. He's going through a rough patch throwing the football. 4 interceptions in that loss last week. Opening drive starts the game with a pick here.
But we did spend time with the head coach and the offensive coordinator and asked them, what did you see on tape? What did you see on film? And they talked about mechanics, making sure that he gets his feet underneath him, doesn't overstride, does a better job taking care of the football. And I think they're as shocked as anyone to see the first one of the game here in this one.
Yeah, he needs to start heeding their advice. And he'll get this up to about the 40. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Ain't no such thing as a loss. We taking wins home. 55 mark, guys, 55.
Jackson. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
I'd have to say that whenever you see a good post route run, they do not like to let it end without the catch. Hence, that great diving play.
Yeah, lay it up there, let him go get it, and he got it. They'll throw on first down with Jackson. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Carl Lawson with a little how do you do as he gets in there for the sack. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Now with the play clock down to 2, we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Now Jackson. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down. He was all over that route defensively. Now, they had 2 picks last week as a unit. Couldn't quite grab that one.
Patience, Grasshopper. Patience is early in this game, but you like the fact that they're around the football early. They're going to be upset they didn't haul that one in, but at least they're there at the moment of truth to make a play on it.
By the way, where did the Grasshopper thing come from? I know it's been around for a long time.
Yeah, you know, I'll have to tell you that some other time.
All right, back to football. Open man is Westbrook, complete. They give him 27 yards on the 3rd down conversion.
What a catch, and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose my awe about the play, and maybe I shouldn't. How much of this is the player? How much of it is the glove?
Well, those gloves, they do have a little grip to them,
They get that little extra tackiness to them now, and I know the guys in the NFL, the competition committee, some other places, they're talking about examining those gloves to see if they're having too much of an effect on the game.
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, I know from past experience, before you actually play a game, you visualize what's going to happen. And I don't know anyone who doesn't visualize themselves being in the center of what's going on.
And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. D.D. Westbrook, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Partner, are they going to cover him? That's 4 catches and the touchdown grab on that opening drive.
Well, what we're seeing so far, I believe, is their understanding that they want to go to him and often, but also they know they've got to move him around a little bit, get him into some different spots to continue to find open space to throw him the football. Otherwise, I just run 2 or 3 guys at him. They're doing a nice job of finding his way open, scheming him, as they like to say.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 to score as they start 1st and 10. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Well, it was second long. Now it's third and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
After the sack, they'll come up now third and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And instead, they want to throw it off play action. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Ryan Kerrigan able to record his 5th sack of the season.
2 sacks last right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the field he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. Look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right?
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. It's a loss of 4 down play. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
They'll look to throw. He's going to float this over the middle deep, and that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. It's just taken around the 12.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
A pass there complete to Westbrook. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 7 yards to pick up on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Check curls, check curls, check curls.
Here's Jackson to throw. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Coverage there by the former first-round pick, William Jackson.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
55. Right there in the middle. 55. Stop your
Jackson looking to throw on third. The open man is Westbrook. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. To throw again is Jackson. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. Touchdown, Packers.
Good job.
D.D. Westbrook with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. He's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the 2nd quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And he will take it back only to about the 13-yard line here. The Bengals drive about to get going. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Mixon with a first down carry. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
So don't say nothing.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That one good for 26 and a first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. Got his man there. It's Wallace, complete. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 18 yards on that one, and the Bengals are moving. First down. They'll look to throw here on first down. Got an open man. It's Washington. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. A first chance in the red zone for the Bengals now. They're looking at a 1st and goal from about the 9. They'll set up to throw. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And he is going to lose yardage here. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. So first down went in the wrong direction. They're at the 13-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. 2nd and 13. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Intended for James Washington. Incomplete.
4th down, so Zach Taylor sends out the field goal unit. and his kick is indeed good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
That's fielded in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right. Hey, 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 hey. 4 down, 4 down, 4 down. Tighten up. Tighten up. Shot. Shoot.
Final play of the half here. It's Jackson looking long for Westbrook. It got his man complete. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the 3rd quarter. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Carl Lawson able to record his 5th sack of the season.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go to the lockers with that 2-3-score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
Right there in the middle, 55. Pick it up.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Jackson, and the pressure gets to him again.
Now that's the way to start the second half. Back-to-back sacks. Whatever the halftime speech was, I hope they recorded it.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Play action. It's Jackson. Hit, and he lost the football. And the Bengals grab it. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. He had gained really good yardage, but that's what you tell your quarterbacks, right? Get down after you got the run.
You don't have to prove your toughness. You know, I think that's what a lot of coaches are trying to preach to their guys. Get the yardage, get down, protect the football, and protect yourself from extra hits as well.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Kevin King coming up from the secondary to make the play. Once again, they run with Mixon. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And it'll be 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 21. And they have the football and will take over at at the 24-yard line. Keep in mind, he had the 3-interception game last week, so we requested to talk with him this week. He was all smiles. He's still all smiles.
Yeah, we didn't jinx him at all, did we? No. Because ordinarily that happens.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
That's the second sack of the game. The best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
After the sack on first down, Jackson, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the gun, Jackson. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Give him 18 on that play, and Green Bay has the first as well. Now Jackson on first down. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Sam Hubbard making his presence felt in the backfield. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Now it's Jackson. He completes it to Westbrook. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
On third down, Jackson. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Ready. QB jump. Watch QB jump. Mike 9.
Here's 2nd and 8. And it's complete. He gets this one to Washington. 12 yards that time, and it's Cincinnati first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
We want it. Come to my work. Undercrush. You go tight. You got tight right there.
On the run, it's Mixon. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Watch the screen.
Again, it's Mixon. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. 2 running plays, each lose a yard. They'll need to do much better now on 3rd and 12. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Two running plays, each lose a yard. They'll need to do much better now on 3rd and 12. They'll look to throw here. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off at the 25. And into the end zone. It's a pick six and a Packer touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them into the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Picked off by Landon Collins. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Again, it's Fournette. He did it again. It appears he'll be a few inches short, so 9 yards on the gain officially, and it'll be 3rd down. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. Now Leonard Fournette, and he's got a 1st down as he's up to the 48. It's a 1st down following a gain of 3.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. The throw over the middle taken in, and they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 14 yards, good for a Packer 1st down. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it, and they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for 2nd down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. Coverage there by the former 1st-round pick, William Jackson. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Jackson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. To throw on 3rd down, Jackson. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off near the 26. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. So they get the takeaway, but that's just step 1. They still have a lot of work to do.
But they don't want to focus on that now. Now it's about getting the ball in the end zone and hoping they can take it away again.
Yeah, still a 3-score game, though, 4th quarter. Now a man open down the middle of the field. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a 1st down. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak, not letting block.
And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Rashawn Gary drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
Now back to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Well, that's a perfect example of how he was named NFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's game. He is just all around the football right now, isn't he?
That he is, and it's funny because I talked with the coaching staff about drills that they do in practice, and one of them is called matching hands. And as soon as that hand is launched by the quarterback, you throw up the opposite hand and match that hand with the QB, and oftentimes you're able to knock it away, as we just saw there.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Packers D comes up with a big stop. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Carl Lawson in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. They'll try the right side here with Fournette. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. So it's all